all the way to 50. Could you do that for me on 3? So 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Yeah, y'all might be different, but just keep going.
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 41, 42, 43, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Good. Awesome. Good job. So counting from 1 all the way to 50. All right, so let's get started. All right, so today we're going to talk about the 2 different parts of the day. So we have what's called the morning part of the day and the afternoon part of the day, okay? So the morning part of our day is what we call the AM, and the afternoon part of our day is what we call the PM. Now, right now, what are we in? Morning or afternoon?
Morning.
Of course, we are in the morning right now. So let's kind of discuss the difference between the morning and the afternoon. So what are some things that only happens in the morning? Usually we only do this in the mornings. What are some things?
Eat.
Eat what?
Breakfast.
Eat breakfast. Okay, yes. Usually, you know, there are special times, but usually we're eating breakfast in the mornings. Okay, what else do we do only in the mornings?
Play.
Play, you said, or pray?
Play.
Play? Well, yes, you could play in the morning, but we also could play in the afternoon. It could be either way. So try again. What are some things we only do in the morning? Think about when you start the day. What do you do when you start the day?
Pray.
Yes, that's it. Get dressed. You get dressed. You get dressed. What else can we do?
Pray.
So we eat breakfast, we get dressed. Yes, we could pray, but we also do pray in the mornings, but we could pray in the afternoon too.
Brush your
It
teeth.
could go for both. Brush your teeth. Yes.
Yeah.
Get dressed. You brush your teeth. What else do you do in the mornings? You go where?
To school.
Yes, you go to school. I mean, you know, we're online now, but it's still kind of the same. You go to school. Okay? So the mornings is the AM. So we eat breakfast, we get dressed in the mornings, we brush our teeth, we go to school in the mornings. Good. Now let's talk about the afternoon. So what are some things that we do only in the afternoon part of the day? That's the PM part of the day.
Eat lunch.
Eat lunch, yes. And not only lunch, what else do we eat during that time?
Dinner.
Good. Eat lunch and dinner in the PM. We eat lunch most of the time. Most people eat lunch around noon, which is 12 p.m. And then dinner, everybody's different. Dinner time is different. Some people eat at like 5 or 6 or 7, but it's in the evening, afternoon. Okay, we eat lunch and dinner. What else do we do in the afternoon, the PM part of the day? Okay, Kinley?
Play.
Okay, you can play at both times. Yes, play. Morning and afternoon. Yes, Dennis said morning, you're saying afternoon. So yes, you could play at either time. Okay, what else? Think about, what do you finish? Where do you go in the afternoons?
Sleep.
You do go to sleep, yes, but usually that's your bedtime in the afternoons, the evening, PM. Okay, you eat lunch, dinner. What about homework? Do you do homework?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
You'll do homework, or if you have to study for anything, you'll do that in the afternoons, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Play. Brush our teeth.
You brush your teeth in the afternoon too? I mean, yeah, some people brush their teeth before they go to bed. That's true. So yes. Okay, so good. So that's the difference between the morning and the afternoon. The morning, you have certain things you do. We wake up, we get dressed, we brush our teeth, we usually eat breakfast, and we go to either school or like your parents will go to work. In the afternoons, we eat lunch, we eat dinner, we usually get off of school, we might have a snack, we might play outside, play a game a little bit, we have bedtime, we do our homework, you know, all of those things. So that's the two different parts of the day. We have the morning, which is the AM, and the afternoon, which is the PM. So keep this in mind, because when we start to learn the clock and knowing the different times, we'll have to learn whether it's morning or morning AM or afternoon PM. Okay, so good, very good. Let's keep moving. So I have these three people in line here. Do you see my three little people that I drew? Miss Flinders is not an artist, guys.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is the best I could do. Okay, so you see the three people that are standing here. So could you tell me which person is first in line? Who is going to be first in this line? Kinley.
The boy.
Well, okay, let me put a letter. Okay, so this is A. I'm gonna put, this is person A. Yeah, that one might work better. Person B and person C. Okay. So maybe that'll help a little bit. Okay, so which person, let's try again, Kinley, is first, meaning they are at the beginning of the line.
C.
Well, it can't be C. Okay, anybody would like to try? Which person would be first in my line? Dennis, who's first?
The A person.
Yes, A is first. Okay, when we look at a line, we usually look at the line from left to right, not usually from right to left, because that'll be like the, you know, backwards. So first, so A is first. So who is last in my line? Meaning they are at the very end of it. Who is last? Faith?
The C.
C is what we call last. Last means that they're at the end. So what would B be?
B is the middle.
Yes, good. The middle, or we could say between, because B is in between both the first and the last. Just bear with me, I'm trying to type this with the mouse. Yes, the middle are between, okay? So A is first, C is last, but B is in between. So whenever you have something that's between two things, that's called the middle, okay? Or you could say just in between. Good, okay? Now let's look at them again. Now let's talk about ordinal numbers. Say that. Ordinal numbers. Ordinal numbers means your position. This is whenever we have a position and we use numbers to describe a position, meaning where someone is. Usually we use ordinal numbers when we do the calendar, like today is Tuesday, August 31st. When I say that 31st, that's called an ordinal numbers. It's letting us know that we are on the 31st day of the month of August, okay? So whenever we have ordinal numbers, we'll do the first three today. So the very first ordinal number is first, right here. So does anybody know what number 2 would be in ordinal position? So if this one is first, what would this one be?
Second.
Well, yeah, it is second. So this would be second. So we have first, then we have second. These are called ordinal numbers. First, second. So then C would be in what place?
Third.
Third. First, second, third. So then if I had another person, they would be in
Second.
not second. We have first, second, third. Then if I had somebody after third, they would be in fourth. And then if I had someone after fourth, they would be in fifth, right? So these are how we say ordinal numbers. It's called ordinal position. So it's where you positioned in the line. So if you're first, that means you're number 1. If you're second, that means you're number 2. If you're third, that means you're number 3. So it's just a different way to say the numbers. This deals with position. So we don't usually say, oh, he's number 2 in line. No, we'll say he's second in line. So whenever you are putting someone in a position, you place them in what's called ordinal position. That's the ordinal numbers, first, second, third. And we'll learn some more. I mean, we just did fourth and fifth, okay? So good. So far we've learned morning and afternoon, the 2. Then we've learned first, second, third, first, middle, last, okay? All right, so today we're gonna learn what's called story problems, okay? Types of story problems. So in math, we will have these stories that we will have to figure out. They're gonna be a story that has a problem. But what makes it different from a regular story is that this story problem will deal with numbers, okay? That's why it's called a math story problem, because it will have numbers inside of it. And you will have to figure out the answer. So you'll either have to add or subtract to figure out the answer. So we have 2 types of story problems that we'll work on. The first one that we're going to work on, which is the one I have here on the screen, is called a sum, more. Okay, say that. Sum, more. So a sum, more story problem is what we call an addition story problem. Does everybody know what addition means?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
what does it mean? Tell me what it means.
Adding.
Yes, it means when you add, right? The word add is in addition. And we use what symbol? Does anybody know what we use to show that we're adding? What is that sign called?
Plus.
Yes, we use what's called the plus sign. So when we have a sum, more story problem, it means that we had some, then we put some more. So that means at the end of it, we should have more than what we started with. We are adding to. So anytime you have a story problem that tells you that you are gaining something, if it tells you that you have more, if it tells you that you're adding, if it tells you anything like that, that means it's an addition. You are adding to what you already had. For example, if I would say, I picked 2 flowers out of the garden. So this is 1 flower on Monday. So on Monday, I picked 2 flowers out of the garden. On Tuesday, I picked 3 flowers out of the garden. Do you see how I had some? And then I added some more. Do you see that? So
Yes,
I had
ma'am.
2. I picked 2 on Monday. Then on Tuesday, I picked 3 more. So that's a sum more. So how many flowers do I have now total?
5.
5. So that's 2 plus 3 is 5. I started with 2, then I picked 3, and now I have 5. So that's sum more. I had some, which was the 2, and then I went and got some more, which was 3, and now I have a total of 5. Let me go ahead and erase this so we can do some more. Okay, so this is a sum more. This means an addition story problem. Okay. All right, let's do another one. So I had 2 pencils. Okay, these are my pencils, y'all. I had 2 pencils. My mom gave me 2 more. So I have some, then I have some more. So I had 2 already, which was my sum. Then mom gave me more, which was 2 more. How many pencils do I have now?
4.
4. That means 2 plus 2 is 4. That's an addition. I had some, then I added some more, okay? Let's do another one. Okay, all right, so let's do another one. All right, I ate 1 apple on Monday, and then I ate another apple on Tuesday. So I ate one, I had some, then I ate another one, that's some more. How many apples did I eat together?
2.
2, that's 1 plus 1 equals 2. So a some more. Would anyone like to give me an example of their own that they can think of? Okay, go ahead, Kinley, try. Give me a some more problem.
If I have two cups
Mm-hmm.
and I took some juice out of one, that would make 1.
Well, yeah, but that's not a some more because you see you're losing a cup. You want to gain. You want to get more. So try again and add another cup to it. So try again.
If I had 3 hot sauce bottles and I do and then if I add one more, it will make 4.
Okay. Okay, good. So you want to make sure you always have some and you're adding some more. Does anyone else have an example? Okay, Faith?
If I had 2 plates and I add another one, it would be 4.
Oh,
I mean
3.
2. I mean 3.
Yeah. Yes, but you're right. You're right. It's okay, but you're right. Yes, good. That is exactly it. Okay. Dennis, do you have an example?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead. Some more.
What if I had 2 apples and I got 10 more?
Wow.
That makes 13.
Well, 12. 2 plus 10 is 12. That's good. But yes, that's right. So yes, you had some, then you added some more. That's right. Apples. Good. So this is a some more story problem. So let's look at the opposite, which is a some went away. Now, if some more means to add, what do you think some went away means? To what?
To subtract.
Yes, to lose, to subtract. So this is a subtraction type of story problem. We are losing. Okay, we will have less. Does anyone know the sign that we use for subtraction?
The minus sign.
Yes, the minus sign. And it kind of looks just like this line that I put here, but this is the minus sign right here, okay? The minus sign. Anytime we see that line, that means we are losing. So that means we'll start off with some, but then we're losing some, so we'll end up with less than what we started with. So you're losing. So if you hear words like left, lost, went away, that means you are subtracting, you are losing some. You are going to end up with less than what you started with. So some more, we end up with more than what we started with, but some went away, we end up with less. So let's say this. I picked 2 flowers. Let's go back to my flowers. I picked 2 flowers. I gave 1 to mom. So I'm going to X out 1 because I gave it away. How many flowers do I have now? 1. So that's some went away. I had 2, which was my sum, and then 1 went away because I gave 1 to mom. So now I have only 1 left. I ended up with less than what I started with. This is a some went away. I had 2, then I gave 1 away. Okay, let me give you another example. Do you understand? Who understands?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
I understand.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're like, yeah, Ms. Lugins, we know this. Okay? I had 2 boxes. No, let's do 3. 3 boxes sitting on the floor. I opened 2 boxes. So I'm going to X out 2. Anytime you lose, you X it out to show that it went away. So I had 3 boxes and I opened 2 of them. How many boxes do I have left to open? 1. 3 minus 2 equals 1. That's a some went away. I lost some. Okay. Let's do another example. All right. I had 5 pencils. These are my pencils. I have 5 pencils. I gave 2 of them away. Let's X out those 2. How many pencils do I have left?
3.
3. So 5 minus 2 equals 3. That's some went away. I had some, then I lost some. That's a subtraction, the minus symbol. We are losing. All right, let's hear your examples. Think of some and give me some of your own examples of a some went away. Okay, Faith, what you have?
If I have 2 plates and I gave 1 away, then I'll have 1.
Yep, that's exactly it. Good. Okay, anybody else? Kinley, you have something? Okay.
If I had 3 iPads, and I gave 1 away, I would have 2.
That's it. 3, then you lost 1, 2 left. Good. Dennis?
What if I had 3 sandcastles and I gave away 1? It would be 2.
Yes, 3, and then you lost 1. That's 2 left. Awesome. So that's a some went away. Good job with that, guys. Y'all are super smart. So we have a some more, which means to add, and some went away, which means to subtract. Okay? How is that?
Good. Good.
Give me a thumbs up if you're like, I know, I'm good, Miss Lugans. This is easy. Yeah? Okay, awesome. All right, so that is it for math today. Do you have your math books?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? Okay, let's go to 11A. We'll do a little bit of 11A today. We're not going to do all our pages. You still will be responsible for doing them after our Zoom. I just want to go over some of them. 11A. Remember, the page numbers are at the top right. It'll tell you which page we're on. 11A.
11A. I found it. It's where you write tens. Right here. I'm here. 11A. 1, 1A. 1A. I was about to say 1 gray. 1 gray. 1 10. 1 10. Wait, I need a pencil in the classroom.
You don't make that much space.
Miss Lugans,
Uh-huh.
guess what I made last night?
What is that?
I made this.
Erase.
What is it? Oh, a Coke cup? Is that what that is?
No, I put some orange juice in a cup.
Oh. Oh, and you froze it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And put a spoon in it.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so are we on 11A? Yep, no, maybe so.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm gonna show it on the screen here.
I just need a pencil.
Okay. You can get one? Okay. Okay, so we can start with number 1, writing the number 10. You can do that?
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing it. Oh.
She's sharpening her pencil.
Miss Blue, so I can do the top.
Yes, number 1, number 10. You have to write it 2 more times. Are we ready for number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's talk about number 2. So remember, we don't have to have crayons at the moment, guys. We could just put the letter just like we do in class, okay? So color the first shape blue. So we'll put a B inside of the first shape. Which one is the first shape?
The square.
Triangle. So put a B inside of the triangle so that it's blue.
This one.
That's not funny, say it right.
Okay. Next, we have color the last shape yellow. So we will put a Y in the last shape. Which one is the last shape?
The hexagon.
Yes. So put a Y inside of that one. Good. Okay. Color the third shape red. So third means that it's number what?
3.
3. So which shape is number 3? Third, put an R inside of it. Which one is that one?
What's the first shape? What is it?
Like
What is-
E-T.
And then the
What is
last one says color the second shape green. Which one is the second? It means that it's number what?
G.
Well, yeah. Put a G, but second means that it's number
2.
yes, number 2. So put a G inside of the second shape, which is the square. So it should say BGRY. Is that what it says?
R.
BGRY. Okay, let's look at number 3. So you have the 2 towers right here. So point to the tower on the left. Which one is the one on the left? Remember your left and right. So how many squares are shaded inside of that one? How many squares are shaded? Tell her how many.
5.
5. So put the number 5 in the circle underneath the tower. So this circle right here.
Okay.
That's not, no. Okay. So next we have point to the tower on the right. So what you have to do is color more squares than the one that's on the left. So what would be more squares?
8.
8 would be more. So you can do 8. That's probably your max that you can do is 8. What other numbers would be more than that 5?
6.
6. Well, 10 is, but you can't do 10. It doesn't have enough for 10.
6.
6. Somebody said 8. And then what other number is left? 7. So go ahead and color the squares on the other tower, but make sure that you color more than the one on the left. Go ahead and take a minute to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are we ready? Not yet? Still coloring?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
How many did you go?
2 pieces.
Okay. Yep.
Ready.
All right. So how many did you color? Tell me.
6. Colored 1,
6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. Okay. So now you see where there's that line underneath? Write your number of how
Yes.
many you colored.
I did already.
Awesome.
Two. I just finished 1 second ago.
Okay, let's look at number 4. So write a T on the last line. So if you do this right, you'll spell something. So write a T on the last line. Okay, next write a B on the first line. Then it says write an A on the second line. What word does that spell?
Bats.
What's the word?
Bats.
Yes, bats. Did everyone spell bats?
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay, so this is the only one we'll do together. You do have page 12 to do as well. So make sure that you take some time today to complete page 12, okay? That is it for math. I just wanted to do the one page with you. Let's go ahead and go on to writing. So if you could, go ahead and get a loose leaf paper ready. We'll practice some sentences today. We're not doing letters this week. We'll probably focus on letters next week.
We done with this book?
Yes, we are done with math. We're moving on to writing. So go ahead and get out a loose leaf paper or a writing paper, whichever one you have.
What? I just do it. On purpose. Where is the
Yep, that's good. Loose leaf paper is good. Tablet, notebook.
Where is the first paper? So this. Yeah. Found it.
All right, we ready? Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So remember, when we're writing sentences, what are our 2 most important rules that we have to follow? What's the first rule?
We have to write a capital letter.
Always start with a capital letter, which means the bigger letter out of the 2 letters. And then how should we finish our sentence?
With a period.
Good. So those rules should be mastered by now, right? So when you start writing, you should automatically know, oh, I have to start with a capital letter. And when you're finished, you should know, oh, I have to put my period. Because those 2 rules are very important to know, because as we go through it, we'll build on those rules. So you have to know the basic rules before we start to add other rules inside, okay? So this week, though, we're going to focus on creating our own types of sentences, okay? So I've been doing them for you, but this week on the test, you'll have to make up your own type of sentence, okay? All right, so let's get started breaking that down. So a sentence is a complete thought, okay? It's not broken into pieces. It's when you express a complete thought. Like if I would say, I will walk home, that's a complete thought. If I would say, I home, that's a phrase. That's not a full sentence. A sentence is when you express a complete thought. It's complete from beginning to end. When you're finished with the thought, we're like, we understood. We won't say, what did you say? I didn't understand that. So in order to have a complete sentence, you have to answer the 2 questions. Who is in your sentence and what they are doing? That's important to know. Who is in the sentence and what they are doing, meaning you have a who, or you can have a what, because we can talk about animals sometimes in sentences, but who is the sentence about? That's your subject, but we'll learn that in 2nd grade, subject and predicate. But your who is who the sentence is about. Who is it? And then you have to tell us your what, meaning what are they doing in the sentence? Because we can't just say Tony. That's not a sentence, right? We have a who, Tony, but we don't know what Tony's doing. Or if I would say rode his bike, that's what is going on, but we still don't have who did that. But when I put it together, the who and what, Tony rode his bike, that's a complete sentence. I have who my sentence is about Tony, and what is Tony doing? Riding his bike. That's what we're going to focus on this week. So let's look at this sentence here. Gail will ride her bike. Who is the who in the sentence?
Yeah. Gail.
And what did Gail do?
Ride her bike.
Good. What about this one? Harry is turning 5. Who is the person in my sentence?
Harry.
And what is he doing?
Turning 5.
Good. So that's how you create a sentence. So let's create some together. So let's start with our first one. So can somebody give me a who? Give me a who.
Who?
Just make up some names.
Mom.
Or you can talk about real people you know.
My mom is
Mom. So let's say mom. So our who is mom. What about mom?
She's going to the store.
Going to the store. So could someone tell me how I would say this in a sentence? How would I say this in a sentence?
Mom is going to the store.
Good. Mom is going to the store. So now if you can say it, guess what you should be able to do? Write it down. So the same way that you're saying to me, mom is going to the store, is the same way you have to be able to write it down on paper. Okay, we're not writing it yet. I just wanted to practice that. Mom is going to the store. So we had our who, mom. What was mom doing? Going to the store. So when we write that sentence, we say mom is going to the store. Let's do another one. All right, give me another who.
Mom. Sister.
Not mom. Let's do somebody else.
Sister. Sister.
Okay, could we give her a name, which we're about to talk about in nouns? I mean, in
Jane.
language. Jane, you said?
Yeah, Jane. Jane.
Okay, so Jane. Who? Jane. What about Jane? What about Jane? What is Jane doing?
Going to the park.
Going to the park. So let's put that. Jane going to the park. How do I say that in a sentence?
Have a capital letter.
No. How do you
Well,
say
no,
that?
that's right. I do have to have a capital letter. But so you said Jane was the who and she was going to the park. Now tell that to me in a sentence. How do you say Jane going to the park? How would you say that to someone? If they say, where is Jane going? How would you answer that?
To the park.
What's her name though?
Jane is going to the park.
There you go. Good. Jane is going to the park. Awesome. We have our who. Jane. What is she doing? Going to the park. All right.
Miss
Now,
Fulton.
yes.
Can I go use the restroom?
Sure. Sorry, y'all. This is giving me a hard time to erase. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll start to create our own. So are we ready to write?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I want you to think of a who. Don't write yet. Think of a who in your mind. Do you have your person? Your who? Think of a who. So remember, you don't have to make it difficult. You can think of like your family, or you can make up someone's name. It's easier when you think of names of people that you already know. So like you have a cousin, think of your cousin's name. You can use them in the sentence. That's what Miss Flugens does. I think of people that I know and I use their name to create a sentence about them, okay? Or you could tell me about something that really happened, like something like, you know, about your parents or something about a family member, something that really did happen. That'll help you when building sentences, okay? So do you have your who? Yes?
My cousin's name is Jane.
Okay. So everybody has their who? Now think about what that person is going to do. Think about it. And I want you to write it down. Go ahead. So start with your who and then tell me what they're doing, but make sure it's a
Just
complete
like a big
sentence.
G.
So start with the person's name first, and then tell me what they're doing. Dennis, are you writing your sentence? Okay, so your who, tell me the who, and then tell me what they are doing.
I'm back.
Okay. So what we're doing is we're creating our own sentence, okay? So you had to pick your who and then tell me what they are doing, and I want you to write it down and then we'll share it, okay? All right. When you're done, you can just say done. So think of your who and tell me what they are doing. That's how you create a sentence, subject and predicate.
Done.
Okay.
Done.
Stop.
Okay, let's hear some sentences. All right, Faith, could you share your sentence with us?
Jay went to school.
Good. So who is your who?
You heard what she asked you?
Who is your person?
Jay,
And what did she do?
go to school.
Good. Okay, Kinley, were you finished?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, could you share your sentence with us?
Kia is going to sit down.
Good. So who is your person?
Kia
And what is she doing?
going to sit down.
Awesome. Good job. Dennis, do you have yours?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, I'll give you a couple more seconds.
Good. This look good.
Okay, you ready? All right, Dennis, I have to move on, so let me know. Yes, no, still writing? Or could you just tell it to me?
Yeah. Mom will ride her bike.
Good. Mom will ride her bike. Good. Who is your person?
Mom
And what is she doing?
riding her bike.
Awesome. Good job. So that is what we'll work on tomorrow as well. So today I wanted to just go over how to create a sentence. You have to make sure to have who and what, subject, predicate, and how to do that. Okay, so awesome. Y'all did a great job with that. Let's keep moving. So we did math, we did writing. Let's do some phonics. Yeah, phonics. Okay.
Wait,
Yep, phonics. Okay, so remember our 5 vowels are A, E, I, O, and U are A, E, I, So we only have 5 vowels. All the rest of the letters are called the consonants, okay? So with our 5 vowels, A, E, I, O, U, we have what's called the short vowels, and we have what's called the long vowels. So the short vowels, what do they say? That's what we've been practicing this whole time. What do the short vowels say? Okay, thank you. Let me ask that again. What do the short vowels say? Thank you. Those are the short vowels. We mark short vowels with what's called a smiley face. That's this symbol right here. This symbol here is called the smiley face. So there's a rule that helps us to identify, meaning to find short vowels in words. Whenever there is one vowel in a word, it is a short vowel. So like if I have the word bed, like I have right here, there is only one vowel, that E. So that means that E will be a short vowel and it will say eh. So the word is bed. So again, when there is one vowel in a word, it is a short vowel. So that means the short vowel will say just depending on which vowel it is. And we'll practice in our book with that. So next we have what's called the long vowels. The long vowels say A, E, I, O, U. Let me say that again. A, E, I, O, U. The long vowels make the A, E, I, O, U sound. Now the rule is different when it comes to the long vowels. It says when there are 2 vowels in a word, the first vowel is long, meaning it will say A, E, I, O, U, depends on the vowel, and the second vowel is silent. So let me show you an example. I have the word, this word here. Look at that, I have 2 vowels. So the rule tells us that if there's 2 vowels, which are the E and A, the first one is long, so I'm gonna put the long sign over it. The second one is silent, so I'm gonna cross it out. This word is team. Look at that long E, team. We don't hear the A, it's silent, and your whole spelling list this week deals with long vowels, okay? So this is the long vowel rule. When there are 2 vowels in a word, the first one is long, the second one is silent. We don't hear the second one. Let me give you another word. So I have this word here, and it's gonna have 2 vowels in it. And this is the long sign right here, this long line right there. So look at this. I have 2 vowels, O and E. The rule says the first one is long, second one is silent. Who knows this word?
Bone.
Bone. Look at that long O. Bone. Good. Okay. Good. All right. So whenever we do our page in a second, we'll practice some marking of the long vowels. So remember, we have 2 vowels, short vowels, long vowels. Short vowels say A, I, long vowels say A, E, I, O, U. Awesome. All right. Today we're going to learn what's called the KC rule. So K and C both make the same exact sound. Could anyone tell me what K and C say? What do they both say? Right? So because K and C have the same exact sound, there's a rule we have to follow to make sure that we're using the right one. You'll have a spelling list on this in a couple of weeks too. So remember the rule. So K and C both say, but whenever we have a word, if we have a word that says cut. Now, cut could start with the K and it could start with the C because we know that they both say k. But what you pay attention to is that vowel sound inside the word. So when you listen to the vowel sound that is in that word, that'll help you to determine if you have to use a K or a C. So this is how the rule goes. K goes with I and E. C goes with the other three, A, O, U. Has anybody heard that song before? K goes with I and E. C goes with the other three, A, O, U.
With Miss Walmart.
Miss Walmart taught you that song? Yes, you should have heard it. Yes. So K goes with I and E sounds, and C goes with A, O, and U sounds. So when you hear a word that has the k at the beginning, if you hear a I, a E, a I, or a E, it will start with the K. If you hear a or or a O U, it starts with a C. So let's say the song. Repeat after me. K goes with I and E.
K, I, E.
C goes with the other three.
C goes with the other three.
A, O, U.
A, O, U.
One more time. K goes with I and E.
A goes with I, E.
C goes with the other three.
C goes with the other three.
A, O, and U.
A, O, and U.
A, O, and U. Awesome. So let's practice some words here. Okay. So I have this word here. We know it's going to say cat, right? But which letter would it start with? A K or a C? Tell me.
C.
C. Why does it start with the C?
Because C goes with A.
Because of that A. Awesome. Next we have kite. Which letter would kite start with?
K.
K. Yes. Why does it start with the K?
Because K has an I.
Yes. Good. Good morning, Avaya. Next we have kiss. Would kiss start with the C or a K?
E. K.
It would start with the K because of why?
Because I goes.
That I. Look at that I. Remember, K goes with I and E. Next we have cut. Cut would start with the C or K?
C.
C because of what letter? What vowel?
Because C goes with U.
Awesome. And keep. Keep would start with the letter
K.
K because of why?
Because K goes with E.
Yes. So remember, K goes with I and E. C goes with the other three, A, O, and U. Awesome. So we went over our vowels and the K and C rule. Okay. Let's keep moving. So let's talk about rhyming words. So rhyming words are words that sound the exact same, meaning they don't have to start with the same letter, but that ending sound, meaning what we hear at the end of the word, is what makes them rhyme. They will sound just the same at the end. Rhyming words do not have to start with the same letter. They don't, okay? They just have to have that same sound at the end. So look at hat. When we hear the word hat, we want to focus on the at part. What are some words that sound just like hat?
Rat.
Rat. What's another word that sounds just like hat?
Cat. Hat.
Cat. Good. So you see how they all have that at, cat, rat, cat. Next I have tip. Tip. What are some words? So let's focus on the ip. What are some words that have that ip at the end? Like tip.
Rip.
Good. Rip. What's another one?
Milk. Milk.
Not milk. Milk has that ilk. So tip, milk. Remember that ip. You want to hear that same ending sound. Good. Next we have run. Focusing on the un. What are some words that have that?
Onion.
No. It has to have the ending sound. They have to sound the same at the end. So I have run. What are some words that sound just like run?
Onion.
Not onion. Onion starts with un, but it doesn't end with the un. Run, onion. See, they don't sound the same.
Umbrella. Right.
Mm-mm. They have to sound the same at the end of the word. So run,
Run.
sun. Run, sun. Do you hear how they sound the same at the end? Run,
One sun.
sun.
Yes.
Next we have jet. Jet. X.
Jet.
What are some words that sound just like jets?
G.
No, listen. It's not going to sound the same at the beginning. It has to sound the same at the end. So you're going to hear that et sound at the end. The et.
E.
At the end, meaning when you're finishing the word, it's the sound that you hear at the end. So jet.
A.
What's a word that has that same? What you said, Dennis?
Pet.
Pets. Yes. Jet. Pets. Look at that. Jet. Pets. Do you hear how they sound the same at the end?
Yes.
Jet. Pets. It doesn't have to start with the j sound. It does not have to start with the j sound for it to rhyme. So anybody has another one? Jet. Pet.
8.
Ending sound. It has to sound the same at the end.
Get.
Jet. Pet. Met. See how they have the ets at the end? That's why they rhyme. It's not about the beginning, the J, the P, the M. No, it's about the et, jet, pet, met. Next, I have mop. Mop, op. What are some words that sound just like mop?
Top.
Top,
Top.
pop,
Pop.
mop, top, pop. All of these words
Pop.
rhyme with mop. Mop, top, pop. So when you're rhyming words, they have to sound the exact same at the end, okay? At the end. You don't have to worry about having to sound the same at the beginning or they have to start with the same letter. No, they do not. They just have to have that same sound at the end. So like hat, we had rat, cat, tip, rip, hip, run, sun, jet, pet, met, mop, top, pop. Do y'all kind of hear how they sound the exact same? That's what makes them rhyming words. They sound the exact same at the end. Okay, good. So that's what Ms. Blue just wanted to cover in phonics today. Go ahead and get out your letters and sounds book and we'll kind of mark some vowels together. Let me go ahead and show you which letters and sound. Letters and sound is the one like this. If not, I have the page on Google Classroom for you if you don't have it. This is it right here, letters and sounds. And I'm gonna show it on the screen so you can see which page I'm talking about as well. Okay, we'll practice marking vowels. That's all I want to do. You'll do the rest on your own. It's pretty easy. I just want to practice marking those vowels, not that. Okay, that's what it should look like, page 11. Stop. Let it go.
I'm at page 11.
Okay, awesome.
To do this.
Okay, page 11, put your name on it. Always remember, put your name on the paper. First thing you do before you start the work is to put your name.
Because the teacher might not know who book it is.
Right, and I'm gonna say, oh man, I don't know who this is for.
This is 11. But somebody probably already did.
Yeah, that's it, page 11, yes. Okay, are we ready? Dennis, you have this book?
Yes.
Okay, I think everybody has their books, so I may not need to post it. Okay. Let's go ahead and start marking those vowels. So all of those are long vowels, which we just talked about. Remember, we said long vowels. The first one is long. The second one is silent, right? Is that what we just talked about?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and mark those vowels. Let me see if, oh Lord.
No.
Okay, let's see if I can.
Not do.
Give me a second. I'm pulling it up to try to see if I could edit it with you.
That. Okay.
All right, let's see.
There's two sounds. And the first sound says it's long sound.
In a second, guys. I'm just pulling it up. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's look at it. All right, let's mark some vowels. All right, so would anybody like to start us off? So the first one is done for us. They put their A long, E silent. That one is correct. So nope, that's right. All right, let's go ahead and mark. So next word, would anybody like to do this one here for us? Now do it in your book as I'm doing it up here, okay? So who would like to mark the next one? How do I mark this word here? Okay, Faith, go ahead.
You cross the E out, and you put a line over the O.
Good, what's the word?
Nose.
Awesome, next one, who would like to do this one?
Me.
Okay, go ahead, Kinley.
You put a line over the A.
Wait, this one here, the F-I-L-E.
You put a line over the I.
Good.
And put a cross over the E.
What's the word?
Foul.
Good, next one. Dennis, would you like to do this one?
Yes.
Are you doing it in your book at the same time, right?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Make sure
ma'am.
you're doing it in your book, and we're doing it together. So mark it in your book the same time that we're doing it on the screen. Okay, Dennis, you ready? How do I mark this one?
You put a line on top of the A and put
Mhm.
the line on top of.
Well, cross out E. You cross out the second vowel. And what's the word?
Name.
Excuse me, name, yes. Okay, next one. Avaya, would you like to do this one for us? Could you unmute your screen? Okay.
This one, Miss Regent.
Say it again.
It's man.
No, we're on this one here. Are you in your book? Page 11.
Man.
Yes.
Hi.
Could you tell me how to mark the vowels before we read it?
Mark the E out and put a line over the I.
Thank you. And the word is?
Hi.
Good. Okay, Faith, could you do the next one for us?
Okay. You put a line over the I and you cross the E out. And then
What's the word? Awesome. Okay, pale is done for us. Let's go to the next one. I think Kinley had went second. So how do I mark the vowels, Kinley?
So you put a cross over the A.
A line over the A, yes.
And cross over the I.
Good. The word is?
Smell.
Good. Okay. Dennis, next one.
You're gonna put a line on top of the A.
Good.
And put a cross and cross out the I.
And the word is?
Nail.
Nail. Good. Okay, and Avaya, do this last one for us, the R.
R. What's
This is the next one after nail, this one here.
Rail.
Okay, how do I mark the vowels?
Cause the I is a lousy A.
And the word is?
Rail.
Good. Okay, so we're gonna stop here. I don't want to do the full page, guys, because time and Ms. Fugis has her second Zoom with second grade, but this is how we mark the vowels. So you'll complete the rest of page 11, and you also have page 12, and then in your language book, this one here, you'll do the same thing, 11 and 12, but these are a lot easier. That's why we didn't go through these, okay? I just wanted to practice marking those vowels, okay? Awesome, so that is our phonics lesson today. We went over K and I rule, our vowels, how to mark them as well, and rhyming words. So we've done math, we've done writing, we've done phonics. Now let's move on to language, okay? All right, you don't need anything today for language. I'm really just gonna kind of go through the lesson. Yeah, you don't really need anything. All right. Okay, so could everyone tell me what is a noun?
A noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or idea.
Yes, a noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or idea. Now, exactly how you just said it, that's how Ms. Fugins wants it written on the test, okay? So exactly how you tell me what a noun is, make sure to write it just like that, okay? Make sure. Not just person, place, thing, or idea, but put the full thing, okay? A noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or idea. So we'll keep practicing so that we can get that mastered completely, okay? So we've been talking about nouns. Last week, I introduced what's called common nouns to you. Common nouns mean that anyone can have that name. It's not anything, you know, that's special, but anyone can have that particular name. That's why we call it common. So could you give me some examples of common nouns of people that you remember from last week?
Mom.
Common noun, good. Mom is one. What's another one?
Dad.
Dad would be one. What's another one?
Fireman.
Fireman, policeman. What are some other common nouns of people, meaning anyone can have that name?
Doctor.
Sister. What are some more? Doctor. Keep going.
Brother.
Brother. Yep.
Exclusions.
That's not a common noun. That is a person, but it's not a common noun. We'll talk about what I am with Miss Fugins. My name is today. So good. I think we have a good bit that we covered. Good. And everyone did well on their test. I do have those grades up. So common nouns, dad. So I have some examples of some here. Do you see it on the screen? I have common, which is dad, brother, sister, mom, grandpa, teacher, police officer, and doctor. These are all examples of common nouns. Remember, common means that anyone can have the name. That's why it's called a common noun. Today, we're going to learn what's called proper nouns. Say that. Proper nouns. Now, proper nouns is totally different from common nouns because proper nouns are the person's actual name. When we say that person's special name, their first name, meaning we are talking about them specifically, it is called a proper noun. Common can be any. When I say dad, we could be talking about anybody. But when I give dad his name, we are talking about a certain person. So those are called proper nouns. When we write proper nouns, we capitalize all of the proper nouns. We'll actually do that next week in writing when we'll talk about how to write a proper noun in a sentence. But anyway, common nouns, we don't capitalize them. Proper nouns, we do. So anytime you give someone their first name, it's called a proper noun. So let's look at dad. Dad is common. Could anyone make dad into a proper noun, meaning you give dad his name? What will we say?
Dennis Barber.
Somebody said Dennis. Someone said Kenneth, you said? Okay, what's another one?
CJ.
Okay. So we have Dennis and Kenneth, and you could probably think of some others. These are the two that I was able to hear. So Dennis and Kenneth. So dad is common but Dennis and Kenneth are proper because it's their first name, their special name. Next, we have brother. Brother is common. Anybody can be called brother, but let's give brother his proper noun name. What do we say?
CJ.
Oh, Faith, you said something?
I said CJ. C3.
CJ. Okay. What's
Three.
another brother name we could say?
D3.
D3 said. Okay. Well, let's say Dennis. Let's say that. Okay. So these are the proper noun names of brothers. So if we would say my brother and I, brother is common. But if I would say CJ and I, CJ turns into a proper noun because we're giving him his first name. Let's talk about sister. Anybody can be called sister. Let's give her a proper noun name. What do we say?
Hazel.
Hazel?
Asia.
Asia. Okay, what else can we say?
Camille.
Camille. What else can we say? Say it again.
Sonny.
Sonny?
Sonny.
Sonny, okay. I'm not sure how to spell that, but I'll just do it like this. Okay, good. So sister is common, and we gave her a proper noun name. We gave her her first name. Mom is common. Anyone can be called mom. Let's give mom a proper noun name. What do we say?
Monique.
Monique.
Mommy.
Angia. What else do we say?
Mommy.
Well, mommy is common. So what is when you turn her name into proper, you're giving her her first name.
Ida. Dominique.
Dominique. I think Faith and Dennis, your mom has the same name. Both of your mom's name is Dominique. Yeah. Okay. Next we have Grandpa. Grandpa is common. Let's change Grandpa into a proper noun. What could we say our grandpa's name is?
Hoss Walker.
Say it again.
Lolo. Hoss Walker. Lolo. Dennis. Lolo.
Lolo, you said?
Lolo. Dennis.
Lolo. Is that his first name?
No.
The proper noun has to be their first name, like what their
Dennis.
actual name is. We might call them Grandpa. That's
first name.
common.
Yeah, his first name is Lola.
His first name is
Dennis.
Lolo.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else has a grandpa
Dennis.
first name?
Dennis.
Dennis too?
What?
Oh
Dennis.
yeah, that's right, because you're the third. Okay, good. Next we have teacher. Teacher is common. There are so many teachers. But let's
Miss
turn teacher into
Fluted.
a proper noun.
Miss
Yes?
Fluted.
That's
Miss
why I was saying
Tamika.
that earlier. My name is a proper noun.
Miss Tamika. Miss Tamika.
Is she a teacher?
Phoebe. Yes.
Okay, Miss Tamika.
Miss
That's a teacher.
Miss
Miss
Phoebe.
Robar. Yep, you can do her too. That's another
Miss
teacher.
Phoebe.
Good. Okay. Next we have police officer. Now, whenever we are referring to a police officer, we call them officer first. When we're given their actual name, we say officer and then we say their name. So police officer is common. If we say the police officer drove quickly, then that's common. But if we say officer such and such, that's proper. So what is some proper noun names of officers? I can say officer.
Bungee punch.
Let's say Officer Bob. What's another one? Officer
Rob.
Rob. Officer
Hob. Hob.
Okay. Let's say Officer Ben. Okay. So these are examples for you to use on the test. Okay. So police officer is common, but when I say Officer Bob, Officer Rob, or Officer Ben, it turns into a proper noun. Okay. Let's do doctor. Doctor is common. There are so many doctors. Now, whenever you are saying the proper noun name of a doctor, you refer to them as Dr. such and such. So give me some examples. Dr.
B.
B.
Dr.
Okay. What's
B.
another one? Dr.
Brown.
Brown. Another one. Dr.
Torius.
Torian.
Yeah.
Okay. So good. So we just gave all of these common nouns proper noun names. common noun is when you say anyone, but proper noun is when we are talking about someone specifically, when we give them their first name, that is called a proper noun, okay? So tomorrow we'll do some more examples of common and proper nouns of people, and Thursday on the test, this is what you'll have to do. It's just turn the common nouns into proper nouns. Pretty easy. Nothing too complicated, okay? All right, guys, so this is it for us today. I did want to go over science and social studies, but we're kind of out of time. I have to do my second grade Zoom. So science today, this week in science, we're learning about our hair. We'll kind of cover it tomorrow, but your pages, what to do is in Google Classroom for you, okay? And so social studies, excuse me, social studies, you will cover your, we're doing symbols in America, which you'll do the flag this week and the Great Seal, okay? So that's your science and social studies, and you have spelling list 2 this week. Did everybody get a chance to look at their list yet or not yet?
Yes.
Let me pull it up because it'll be able, let me just show it. Okay, so this week we have what's called the long vowels. Yeah. This week we'll have long vowels. All right, so here you go right here. This is your list this week. Coat, goat, boat, bean, read,